right, all right. I was getting into that music right there. Happy Hump Day, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully, you all are having an amazing day. It is Are You Well Wednesday. It's We usually have Heidi with us, but Heidi is on vacation, so you get Courtney and you get the amazing panel that we have here. But it is a wonderful day, and we're just excited. And let's just do a quick introduction here. We have the amazing Mai Tai joining us this evening. We have the amazing Chad Smith and also the amazing Sarah Joe. Each of these folks are no strangers to the CWC Are You Well Wednesday and the CWC community. We're really blessed to have some amazing wellness professionals who champion wellness and beat the drum to wellness and just really helping people every day. So we're really humbled by that. So the first thing I want everybody to do is we are going to be talking about you might could see in the background there, might see Richard Simmons over there. Some of y'all are probably like, who is that guy with the afro? who is that guy? But some of us are old enough to remember Richard Simmons. But we're going to be talking about wellness fads of the past and some wellness fads of today. So it's definitely going to be spicy. You can see that right there. It's going to be spicy. So I want you right now, if you're seeing this, people already commented, this is going to be good. That's my wife, Patricia. It's definitely going to be good. So tag one or two people that maybe have interest in fitness and wellness and fads, anything that's related to the industry, because we're going to pretty much chop it up. We're going to talk about it. And then our amazing panel, we're going to give some thoughts on each of these different areas. And then we're going to seal each one of them with a thumbs up or a thumbs down, So you already know how we do it. Chad Smith, Sarah Joe, we're all about wellness every day, every night. Even a few times on Sunday. It's just the way it is. That's how we do it around here. So we're gonna give it to you. So like I said, go ahead and tag a few people, and then also too, we would love to know where you're listening from. So what state are you representing? I started with saying good evening, but it could be good morning, it could be good afternoon, depending on where you're at. We have an international group of folks that follow us, so we're blessed to have that. Before we jump into this, I would like to give some space to the panel. I definitely want people to have a chance to connect with Sarah Joe, Coach Chad Smith, and also Mai Tai. So why don't each of you, it looks like Chad, your mic is already unmuted. So why don't you just share a little snippet about who you are, so people can kind of understand the feedback that we're getting feedback from people that are really engaged and know what they're talking about and live and sleep this stuff.
Hey, I just want to know, where are you right now, man? Like you're like homeless right now. Like, where you at right now? Like, you were here reporting from the tent city. You know this guy.
Dude, I'm right outside of Panera Bread, man. This is where I'm at, man. Panera Bread.
You're sitting out there outside of Panera Bread with that rich, full man beard, man. I'm jealous. I'm over here trying to stroke my goatee like a movie villain. I'm trying to get that Rick Ross. You're going on, man. Well, I'm Coach Chad Smith, and founder and CEO of Phenom Fuel Nutrition, www.getphenomfuel.com, home of the greatest tasting protein on planet Earth. That is not a biased lie, I promise you. One taste and you'll be sold forever.
Love it. And I'm so happy that you mentioned protein, because that's one of the things we're going to talk about. I mean, I don't know if it's considered a fad, but people have been using protein supplements for a very long time. So we're definitely going to get into that. So it's amazing that we have somebody who owns their own brand of protein. Like I told you folks, these are not people that I just kind of found right out here in Panera Bread. These are people that have been into this thing. I mean, we got our own protein supplements. I mean, come on now, let's go. All right, Sarah Joe, pop open your mic. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're at, and what you're doing.
Okay, you're mute.
You're muted, Sarah.
Unmute that woman.
I don't have the power to do that.
Uh-oh.
Well, Mai, why don't you go ahead while Sarah gets her technology?
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Mai. Courtney's sister from another Mister.
Yeah.
Coming to you from Anaheim, California. Whoop, whoop.
Cali.
I might spike this up later because Coach Chad said I gotta get
I'm talking. Exactly. Yes.
I'm excited for this panel. We're going to be talking up some good stuff. Protein shake, detox, teas, waist trainer.
Yeah.
I do cooking for Courtney Wellness Companion. I teach you how to add some vodka to your food. No, but seriously, a plug for tomorrow. I'm teaching clients how to make a copycat version of PF Chang's chicken lettuce wrap. So it's going to be good, low carb and delicious. So hopefully, Sarah Jo, you got your microphone all figured out. You're still muted, so just click on the unmute button once, and then it's your turn.
Is she getting going on yet?
Not yet. So maybe we'll come back to Sarah Jo.
Yeah.
And weigh in.
Yeah. And
help her out, Courtney.
I'm trying, bro. I am doing everything that I can on my end. I got my head. I'm doing all this. But no, we might also have some other coaches come in. Patricia says, Chad, don't let him fool you. He's at Tip City because he didn't make me dinner today.
Yeah, you got to put out Courtney.
That's a true story too on the dinner thing. She was like, hey, bro, I made dinner last night. Like, you're on duty tonight. And I was like, well, I'm working and then I got to do this live. So I kind of was just like, I kind of left it right there. So I am in limbo. But no, but we may have some other wellness coaches join us. I threw a post out there about waist trainers and about the sauna suits. And we had 2 people that I guess really endorsed those. They began to engage. So hopefully one of the 2 of them or all of them, both of them can join the call and kind of talk about that. But yeah, so we really just want to kind of talk about, some of the fads. I guess we can start with the shake weight. That was one of the ones where you're kind of holding the thing like that, and you're kind of doing this, one of these kind of things like that.
Courtney, I'm gonna need you to never do that again.
You didn't like my demo.
I'm gonna need you to never do that again, bro.
Just stop doing it. Just stop.
You know what? I'm out. See you guys.
So come back, Chad. Come on now. So let's get into the shake weight. Like we all saw it.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know if it's a thing or not. It's kind of a funny thing, I guess, to look at. I guess you could say, but how many of us are doing the shake weights? Let's talk about it a little bit.
Wait, let me show a video.
Okay. Here
we go.
You ready?
We're ready. There she is. Uh-oh.
Our arms are the problem area that we never seem to be able to find a solution for until now with the shake weight. Shake weight is the lab busting break.
Stop right now. Just stop.
At the same time.
My arms.
Lord Jesus.
That's the real work. You just shake it.
Just shake it.
No motor, no batteries.
No batteries.
You get the results you want in a matter of really working the muscles. My arms show up.
Oh, these California girls.
My chest and my biceps.
Yo, she got skills.
Look at that form. I mean,
I know.
Elbows, the alignment of everything.
He's had a lot of practice, obviously. A lot of practice.
A lot of practice. Inertia. That's an impressive word.
Yes, fine motor control with those hands.
So, look at Sarah Jo's face. Sarah's like. All right. So the shake weight. I mean, obviously, you can see. My wife says I'm done. You could kind of see what they're trying to do. It's going to target. Okay, this is an area that a lot of people, women in particular, are always worried about. So let's just. How about we do this? Everybody, put your hands like this. No, Ma, you didn't do it. One hand on top of the other.
I refuse.
Come on, Sarah Jo. Come on. Let me see it.
Lord,
So
Courtney,
if
I'm
you're
begging
doing
you,
this,
bro. I'm begging you. Please stop. I'm begging you right now.
if you're if you're
Woo,
doing
I'm
this,
begging you.
you can feel it in your arms. All right. I never owned this machine. All right. But I mean, if you just do like this with only your arm, with nothing else, you can actually feel that targeting your arm. So
I mean, it is a workout. You're using your body.
you're using your body for sure.
Yo,
So,
okay. Obviously, that was designed by a man who wanted more oral
attention.
favors from his wife. That was not invented for women. That was invented for men to strengthen up, their ladies' arms. Like that was that.
For
That's
other
it.
reasons.
Listen, he got tired of saying, he got tired of hearing, my arms are tired, I can't go no more. He said, okay, I got you. Here's my new invention.
Inertia.
No more excuses. Now I got your arm stronger. Let's get this thing in.
All right, so we have to give this.
It was brilliant. It was top secret. It was brilliant. Like how he convinced millions of women to give better manual and oral favors.
All right. Okay.
Brilliant.
So we go ahead, Mai.
So does it work, Coach? Yay or nay?
Are we going to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Gentlemen, don't tell. Wait, well, you mean as far as like fitness goes? No, trash.
Oh, he gave it a thumbs down. What are you giving it, Mai?
Yeah. But if you use it just for the weight without the thing, it works. If you're just, you can do
all 5 pounds of it, all 5 pounds.
Sarah Joe, I need a grade, and I'm going to give mine last. Oh, the thumbs up. I'm actually going to give it a thumbs up. Now this is interesting. I'm giving it a thumbs up because it actually does. If you put your hands in this, thank you for giving me the big screen. I'm the odd one on this one. But if you just hold your hands like this, and if you have something like that,
I am begging you, as 2 black men right now, I'm begging you to never do that again.
I can't help it, man. I gave it a thumbs up.
Lord,
I'm sorry for those of you that purchased this device, may have it somewhere, may have used it. I don't know what to tell you. Regina's laughing.
trash.
I think it actually it targets the area, but I'm sorry, I got outvoted 3-1, so it is what it is. So let's move on to the next.
Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on.
we had to get that out of the way, though, right? Like we had to get that out of the way.
Had to get it out the way first.
All right, what do we want to talk about next, Mai? Do we want to go to the sauna suit? Do you have an image of the sauna suit for those folks who might not know what we're referencing? I can give you an explanation. Have you ever seen that guy or that girl that's walking around, looks like they're wearing a trash bag?
Yes.
That's a sauna suit. That might have been a sauna suit. So yeah, basically that's the whole idea behind that is you're wearing a large looking trash bag, and you're going to sweat, right? Because you're pretty much skin to like garbage bag material, plastic, whatever that is. And that's pretty much what you're looking at. So is anyone else want to chime in on the sauna suit? What, if it's something that they've seen, there's an image of what it looks like right there.
Well, as a former high school wrestler, running around in sauna suits and trash bags or like 58 layers of clothing was pretty common before a match for guys who didn't know how to manage their weight.
Right.
So
Right.
they had to try to like sweat off like 15 pounds before weigh-in. So you see them like running around with these damn suits on, and chewing gum and spitting in cups and it's a dehydration tactic. Like it doesn't burn fat; it just makes you sweat your ass off.
Right.
Yeah. So have you ever seen somebody like take one of those off? You see the sweat pour out of it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Those things are nuts. It's just big old like trash bags that just make you sweat like crazy, make you pass out in the locker room. Yeah, it's ironic because they look like garbage bags because that's where they belong, in the garbage.
Well, Sarah Joe, do you want to add something to that? Did we get her audio yet?
I don't know. I've never seen it in use, but I was kind of thinking, I know athletes do stuff like that, like for weighing, like you said, but to burn fat, maybe not.
Okay.
But it'll get you to lose something.
My wife said we owned one, a plastic, a year ago. So, I mean, I don't know if we owned a shake weight though. She didn't chime in on that one, but only the sauna suit. Regina says, "Oh my goodness, oh my God, I would plastic wrap my belly and have so much sweat." So it is a common thing. I guess you could use plastic wrap. You could use a Glad garbage bag. Raymond Wright says, "I love the garbage bags." 100.
Jeez.
Raymond Wright, oh my gosh. She said we didn't use it much because it was overwhelming and gross. So I'm gonna read something from this link. Where this is called I don't even know what this is. dxfit.com. They're talking about the sauna suits. Okay, it says the sauna suits, which increase the amount of sweat while exercising, may seem like an easy way to lose water weight quickly. The suits hold in the heat your body generates as you exercise, which causes your body temperature to rise and more sweat to be released. It says, however, this dangerous workout fad can lead to electrolyte imbalances, dehydration, and overheating due to excessive sweating and increased body temperature. So this is what they said about it. Ma, do you have anything? You have any further information on the sauna suit that you want to talk about?
No, I've never personally used a sauna suit or a garbage bag to sweat. But it makes sense. You dehydrate yourself, you're sweating so that you lose the water weight. But it sounds like no. That's a no for me.
That's a no for you. So why don't we do this? Those that are in the audience, why don't you put a thumbs up if you I don't know. Let's just be brutally honest. If you've either used the sauna suit or if you believe that it can help you, put a thumbs up in the comments. If you have actually used one of these sauna suits before, or plastic wrap, or a garbage bag of any sort underneath your shirt or something like that, put a thumbs up. We're not going to judge you about it. If you put a thumbs up, we're going to still love on you. We're going to
might judge you.
might be a little judging.
I'm that guy. I might judge you.
Well, just put a thumbs up. Raymond Wright got the thumbs up. If it's something that you're,
I'm judging that guy hard, especially. I'm judging that guy real hard. I know that guy. Regina, he gets extra judgment.
Regina says, I used one during my military days. Nothing wrong with them. I think the main thing with these are, judge me, baby. I think the main thing is just like, I don't think you just want to like use them like all the time. I think you're going to get dehydrated if you're using them all the time. Like, I guess if you're using them in like situational use, it might not really affect you. But unfortunately, a lot of people get into this mindset of, I want to lose weight fast. So I think a lot of people, if they use it, they might be inclined to use it maybe too much because they're just trying to lose weight fast and change their body fast. So if you are going to use it, just make sure you're not using it all the time.
Well, the problem with I want to lose weight fast, or when you want to use a sauna suit, is that people who don't know, most people don't. People aren't fitness people like us. Is that all weight isn't like weight. So you got water weight, you got muscle weight, you got fat weight. So that's why I always ask my clients, I want to lose weight. Well, what kind of weight you want to lose? And if it's water weight, if it's water weight, you're going to get that weight back on as soon as you drink a bottle of water, So, there's been a lot of focus in youth athletics about teaching the importance of hydration. If you're going, I've seen dudes just slam out before a wrestling meet because they were so dehydrated trying to make weight, but there's so much healthier ways to stay in weight, and it's mostly in combat sports where weight's an issue, or like lifting competitions. So you want to cut weight fast, but if you manage, here's a novel idea. This is new, Gordy. I don't know if you heard this new technology. If you manage your weight year round, you don't need to worry about meat day. I know that's radical, but I got to put it out there. So those suits are absolutely useless, except to line the pockets of manufacturers.
So with that being said, Chad, it sounds like Chad is giving it a thumbs down. Raymond, 2 thumbs down. Raymond said I had to cut weight a few times in football.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Chubby Raymond.
Well, Raymond has been on his thing lately.
He has been. I noticed that.
He has been on his thing. So kudos to you, Ray. We see you working hard. We see you eating healthy. We see the cold showers. We don't see the cold showers, but we don't see it.
No.
Let me correct that. We don't see the cold showers. We just see that you wrote that you did a cold shower. He says, "Love."
What kind of videos are you changing? What are you exchanging?
They'll be like, you weren't supposed to tell nobody about those videos I sent you on those cold showers. Don't send those videos. Don't talk about
what goes on in the DM stays in the DM, bro.
No. What are you giving it, Sarah Joe? You giving it a thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down. Thumbs down. My tie. Thumbs down. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a thumbs down. Because I think nobody's in high school anymore. Like, even the kids in high school, they're not even in high school. They're like they're learning at home. They might be 16 or 17, but they're not in high school. They're in something else that's like a high school with the whole pandemic protocol. So yeah, I'm gonna say thumbs down on that one. So yeah. So we got through 2 of them. We got 2 out of the way. What are we doing next? Oh, we're talking about the detox drinks and the cleanses. Detox drinks and cleanses. How many of us are familiar with these detoxes and these cleanses? Sarah Joe, do you want to chime in on this? You want to start on this one?
If my phone will let me, I'm having issues. But
right.
I have used cleanses before. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep. Thumbs up.
Okay. I have seen results, so I'm good with the cleanses.
Okay, awesome. The host is unmuted. Thank you, host. No, that's awesome. Maya, do you wanna chime in a little bit about the detox drinks and the cleanses? Well, Sarah Joe, maybe you said you have had experience with them yourself personally. Sarah Joe, I think she's having some Wi-Fi issues. But Maya, have you had any experience personally with detox drinks or cleanses?
I do not have any experience with cleanses or juicing or any of those diet teas or anything like that. I don't really like to get my calories from drinks.
I know that.
I like to eat my food. So I don't know. Like, again, it goes back to the intention of what are you doing this cleanse for? Are you trying to lose weight fast? Are you trying to cleanse out? What are you trying to cleanse out? I think our liver and organs do a pretty good job of cleansing our, I guess, the stuff that people are trying to get rid of. So to me, I don't know. I don't believe in the cleanses or the tea to lose weight. But I know there are other drinks that may, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to say no.
Well, you raise a really good thought process, because some people say cleanses and detox, but sometimes it gets lumped in the same category as weight loss. So some people are like, the same thing with everything else. Like, everything is kind of getting lumped into that category. So I'm glad that you even mentioned that, because some coaches I know, like Coach Tracy, she is a strategic partner of the Courtney Wellness Companion, and she's also the reset coach. She's an amazing wellness professional. She beats the drum every day. She may jump on. She was traveling, but she was talking about, I think, a cleanse that she recently did, and I don't believe that. I'm not sure that she was trying to lose weight. In fact, I'm almost sure that she mentioned that it was more or less for colon health or something like that. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, because it should be mentioned, about why are you using this type of a plan, so to speak. So here are some photos of, I guess, some colon cleanses here, super colon cleanse, so on and so forth. Chad, you're welcome to weigh in on this. I know you have some experience, or you've at least had this conversation with your clients in somewhat shape or form. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, well, it's pardon me. Yeah, like with the colon cleanses and oh, look at that. There we go. There's the real cleanse right there. There's that joint.
What's that?
With the hose and
I'll clean it out right there.
Yeah, listen, that's the real. You want that joint clean? You listen. You want a real colon cleansing? Go ahead and get that kit. No, with the detox, and the teas, I think, man, we can talk about this for an entire episode. But I think the main thing to remember is that your body is an amazing filtration and cleansing system on itself, right? And if you give it the ingredients it needs, it's going to take care of itself. Like, you don't really need a lot of assistance. You just need to give it, what it needs to help support that function. So a healthy liver is key. You can keep a healthy liver by minimizing your alcohol consumption, a healthy colon, by eating high fiber foods and drinking lots of water. You can watch the amount of carbs that you eat so you don't clog up your guts. And also, you can also get yourself make sure that you have plenty of healthy flora in your gut. The gut health is important. So, so I'm kind of like jury's out, right? Because like Maya said, it depends on what your goal is. So if you just want to have a good shot of nutrients and good phytochemicals and good healthy flora, a nice little cleanse probably isn't a bad thing. You want to get things moving out of you.
What is Ray saying? Can you see Ray says colon cleanse?
That puts in people's drinks that piss you off. Wow. That might be illegal. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty confident that's illegal. He's over here putting X-Lax in people's drinks. Yeah, man. So, keeping a healthy digestive tract is crucial, right? But I don't think you need to spend a whole lot of money on expensive drinks or teas. I think if you just drink plenty of water, keep your gut healthy, get plenty of sleep, and eat the right things, I think you're going to be just fine. So, I'm kind of neutral on those.
Well, there's a lot of people that are really into this. They're like doing it on a monthly basis or every other month or every other quarter. It's a really big thing. I'm going to kind of lean on one of the things that you said. I think if you're eating healthy, if you're drinking water, I think your body will just kind of naturally do that on its own. I mentioned earlier that she tends to like to eat her food and not drink it. Me personally, I don't mind blending fruits and vegetables and different things like that. But I don't really consider that to be a cleanse, because that's just really, I'm just eating the vegetable or the fruit blended.
If you've never had a nice tall glass of a green juice blend, oh Lord, it's so good. Throw a little ginger in it. Courtney, you know about juicing.
Oh, right? Yeah.
You get you a nice tall glass of some nice beautiful green, like some celery, some kale in that joint, man, some ginger. It's amazing. You fall in love with it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so nutrient dense. It's amazing.
Yeah, I do. I actually do more of the. I'm using almond milk as the base. I'm having some vegetables in there, but I'm having some fruit, and then I'm adding a lot of other things in it. So it's not. I've had fresh juice like that, but for the most part, I'm usually more in the shake. Because I kind of like I like milkshakes, and to me, like a protein shake it's like a milkshake in a sense. But my wife says I'm natural on the cleanses also.
She says she's regular.
Yeah. So we got to give it a vote. We want the audience to vote as well. Thumbs up in the audience if you are all about the cleanse, the detox. Thumbs up if you are. Thumbs down if you kind of feel like that's not your thing in the audience. And then I'm going to ask, Ma's already voting. I can see her thumb going down. I'm going to vote. My thumb is going down also. Sarah Joe said thumbs up. And then Chad said he's in the middle. So
I'm neutral, man. I'm neutral.
He's neutral on it.
I'm neutral on it.
My wife is neutral. So the just looking at the numbers, it's not something. If you're CWC, you're looking at the CEO of CWC and the CFO. We're set. So don't expect any of us to be telling any of our clients about cleanses and detoxes. That's probably not going to happen a whole lot. But we do have wellness partners that we collaborate with, and if they think that that's the best thing for you, we can align with that. So that's perfect. All right. So we're going to segue into more of a fitness type of a thing. We're all familiar with all these different types of ways of training. Chad, specifically you doing fitness and personal training and classes and things like that. But we're looking at, you're seeing images of people doing CrossFit or boot camp. And we're very fortunate, CWC, we actually have a boot camper that we've collaborated with many times, and she's actually all the way in South America. We call her what do we call her? The Burpee Queen?
The Burpee Queen? Is that what's going on?
Rebecca.
Yes.
The boot camp queen. She's amazing. Rebecca, I invited her to join, but she's actually doing a class right now. Like her schedule is
making you sweat. Don't stop, Courtney. Don't stop.
I'll be right back. Pardon me.
Okay.
Right back.
All right. And she's an optometrist, and she's pretty amazing at it. But yeah, so these are some of the things. Like boot camp has kind of been around for a long time. CrossFit might be a little bit newer, where you're doing some cross training. A lot of people are familiar with HIIT, otherwise known as high intensity interval training, which basically means you're targeting multiple areas of your body. So you're targeting your arms, and then you're not taking a break. You're going to go right to your legs, and then you're not going to take much of a break. Then you're going to do an exercise for your back. Then you're going to not take much of a break, and you're going to do an exercise for your shoulders. So a lot of people are trending towards these types of workouts because most people, they feel like they don't have enough time to do a good workout. So if I can do a workout in 20 minutes or 30 minutes with very little breaks in between, I can get more benefits. So I'll let anybody can kind of start with that. I have some thoughts on some of these types of workouts. Chad, we're talking about mainly like the HIIT, high interval.
I mean, I think there's I think you're always going to see it, but I think I'm going on a kind of like a long thing about this, but we saw a lot of boutique gyms like CrossFit like shut down during the pandemic. So I hope you're going to see a resurgence in those boutique gyms, because I think those are the absolute best place for people who are like really serious about getting stuff done for themselves to do it at, because you've got the community, you've got the good coaching, and so I hope it doesn't die. And like a lot of the big gyms, they can't do CrossFit better than CrossFit. You know what I mean? So I hope the trend is that these that CrossFit, these type gyms are going to be able to come back with a vengeance, if you will. So there's a reason why the boutique gym grew over the past decade. There's a reason, because they're effective. They managed to get they managed to increase the amount of people who will actually commit to a fitness program almost every day, because they've created, like, you can say what you want about the CrossFit workouts, but you can't beat the culture. I mean, like they have loyal, rabid fans around the world. Like if you talk to a CrossFitter, all they talk about is CrossFit. Like, you know, I would love to have that kind of brand loyalty. You know what I mean? I think anybody would, you know. So I hope
100.
CrossFit does well. I hope boot camps do well, and I hope that we do have a resurgence of that kind of business model.
So
Thanks for sharing that.
my
Go ahead, Mike.
thoughts on CrossFit and boot camp is that if done properly, like you said, it's not bad, but like it's competitive, and so it might push you to do something that you're not ready for, which could in turn hurt you because you're like trying to beat the next guy, and you know, so it depends on the trainer who is going to push you, but not like to a point where you're not ready. So I like Rebecca, but like for me, it's like do it until you don't want to hurt yourself. That's like then you're out for the count. So it depends on who the trainer is. That's my answer.
You know what, Mike? To be fair, let me just chime in real quick. To be fair, I think you can say that about any trainer at any gym. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's exclusive to CrossFit. I think you can go to any gym across the country and you're going to have garbage trainers across the board. You know what I mean? But the one thing that you can say about CrossFit is they do have to be CrossFit certified to work in CrossFit. So at least they do get some kind of like specialized training. Now, a friend of mine who's actually a high-level CrossFit competitor, he told me, and this was when I was still in my CrossFit hating days, but he made me not hate CrossFit. He gave me hope because he said a lot of like the newer CrossFit trainers or people who have come to CrossFit from the fitness industry already, they know that there's two kinds of CrossFit. There's competitive CrossFit and there's CrossFit for the general population. He said the best CrossFit gyms are going to have like workout CrossFit for the general population, you know, where it's not so competitive, where they focus a lot more on form and gradual progress. Then you've got the competitive side of CrossFit, which is just, you know what you're in for, let's go. You know what I mean? So, but each person gets to choose their path on that, you know, and of course, you know, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense in the competitive path, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's sort of like a lot of stuff that you do in football doesn't make sense. Like, why would you want to run full speed at a full-grown man? You know, but it is what it is. If you play football, you know,
it's football.
It's football. It's like if you do competitive CrossFit, it's competitive CrossFit. It is what it is. You know.
I was just going to say, I think it's great for people that can do that, but I think a lot of times we forget about disabled people. We always think about able people. And I'm only saying that because I have chronic fatigue and pain. And there's a lot of things I can't do. So what is there for us? I guess that's where my mind always goes when it comes to exercise.
I think it's very, you just got to find a good coach that can work with you, you know, someone that's, you know, there's like, I've been in this business for about 25 years now, I think. Is it? Man, I'm old. And there's definitely, I can say without any kind of like worry of repercussions that probably about 75 to 80% of personal trainers right now in the field are garbage. Because they get their basic certification that they got over a weekend somewhere, and now they think that they're a world-class expert, you know, and they stop learning and they don't do anything more with it except what they already know. You know what I mean? So you got to find that good 25% of excellent coaches who are continually learning and studying and are able to work with you, like no matter what your issues are.
And also too, you know, I think it was also mentioned too that you have to find the program that's going to work well for you. And you know, I think about a client that I used to have that was had epilepsy. You know, she just could. There was not a lot that she could do, but I still took my time with her and made sure that You know, I did a program with her, but the pace was it was at her pace, you know, and not only was it from an exercise standpoint, but from a mental standpoint as well. Kind of like, it's okay. This is our pace. We're not worried about no one else around around us in this gym. I mean, because we would go work out in the gym, you know, and her pace was significantly slower than most people's pace. But because I was with her the whole time, it just was kind of like, okay, this is what we're going to do. You know, we don't have to worry about going 100 miles an hour just because that's what the people are doing around us. So you really do have to find, to Chad's point, you have to find that coach that's going to work with you at your pace. And the general gist of CrossFit and boot camps is everything is fast and everything is moving, because why? You have to ask yourself, well, why is that? Well, the reason why is because most people probably feel like they don't have time. So they're trying to do a faster workout in a shorter period of time.
It breaks down to two words. Two words describe that kind of mentality. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you know what you're getting into. It's again faster.
Again, faster.
Do it again, but faster.
Right. and that's what it is.
There it is.
And to Mai's point, it's like at some point you have to know when going faster is now going to hurt you more than it's going to help you.
Exactly.
And most people don't know that. They're going to just say, well, my coach said go again and faster, so I did. And then you're not feeling well the next 5 days, you know. So let's take a vote on it in the audience as well. Any type of CrossFit or boot camps or high intensity interval trainings, thumbs up if you agree with it, thumbs down if you don't support it.
Thumbs up with the trainer.
Thumbs up, done well. That's my asterisk. Thumbs up, done well.
I'm gonna say thumbs up too, because I mean I think at any pace you can still do the workout. You just have to find your rhythm and find your pace, and find the coach that's going to be mindful of your ability and push you enough, but not push you too far. You know. So.
I'll say 3 things that I always tell my clients. Like, this is the way I train. Like, this is my whole training philosophy. Are you ready for this?
Yep, let's do it.
Skill, drill, then thrill.
Skill, drill, thrill.
Develop the skill, then let's drill it, right? You know, let's push it a little, and then once you get that down, now we'll thrill it. You know, and now we'll start adding variations and we'll make it fun. You know what I mean? Right. Skill it, drill it, then thrill it.
Cool beans, folks. You heard it first here. Chad Smith, Coach Chad Smith, Phenom Fuel. We need to. I think we need to. Okay, we're gonna talk about social media. Then after that, let's talk about the protein. I thought I was trying to land it right in real smooth right there, Chad. You had to
smooth like peanut butter, baby. Smooth like peanut butter.
All right.
We can do protein shakes.
Smooth like. I might send you a free bag after this. Yeah, I might send you a free bag.
So let's talk a little bit about protein shakes. The whole idea. This has been around, I guess, for a really long time. People have been using supplements. You know, some people are using it to gain weight. Some people might be using it to just supplement meals. You know, I'm going to speak personally. I'm going to allow someone else to speak, but whenever I talk about it, I'm going to talk about how I use them and why I use them. But before I talk about me, what I'm doing, I'd like to open it up to the ladies first. Mai, do you want to weigh in on this? No pun intended. Whey protein. Do you want to weigh in on this?
So for me, I use protein. I use whey protein for cooking and baking. So I don't drink it.
All right, so you're getting fancy with it.
So like I told you earlier, I don't like to drink my nutrition. I like to eat it. So I use it for different purposes. That's not intended just to drink. So it works for people. I just don't use it I'm not the best person to ask for this opinion, but I use it in cooking.
No, that's a great opinion. Because that's an expansive opinion, because many people don't use whey protein when they're cooking. So that's wonderful. CWC, Foodie Cook, whey protein in your cooking. Come on now, we're gonna do a Thursday cooking classes. You can use whey protein. I mean, that's a great opinion. I'm glad that you actually shared that. So Sarah Jo, you wanna weigh in on? protein?
I've used it in the past. I think it's a great thing to use to kind of, like you said, with either trying to lose weight, gain weight, trying to add more to your diet. I'm all for protein.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for sharing your experience. My brother Chad, come on, give it to me. Phenom
Yeah,
Fuel.
man. Well, with my goal of, I'm always trying to, have a good balance of size, strength, and athletic ability. So my protein requirement is about like 200 grams a day, usually. So it's really hard to eat that much meat. So it's a lot easier for me to drink protein than it is to eat it. Right? Quite frankly, I can take more in one sitting in a cup than I can on a plate. It gives your digestive system a break. I'm trying to break down a bunch of meat-based protein, and it's convenient. I make amazing shakes, and you can be creative. One of my favorite things to do is real super simple. Is some oat milk, a scoop or two of chocolate Armor Whey from Phenom Fuel, and about a tablespoon or two of instant coffee. It's amazing. It's like a chocolate.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look at that. It's like magic. Look at that. You got a little
like that.
Got a little rewards program. Look at that. It's amazing. Yeah. So, but one problem that I have with the industry, and I'm in it, so I'm going to speak on the industry, is that a lot of times they use cheap ingredients because it increases their profit margin. So it's cheap processing. They have a lot of filler in the bags, but and I always hated that, and I always hated that. I hated like the taste would vary from brand to brand, and the mixability a lot of times was garbage. So you couldn't mix it well. It didn't taste good, and it had a lot of junk in it that you didn't need. So when we designed our whey product, our Armor Whey product, our goal was to have with the ingredient list. It's a super small ingredient list. There's no filler, right? And there's minimal flavoring, and we use the highest quality whey protein for maximum mixability and for flavor. So see that video right here. If you folks at home want to play it, as one of my longtime training clients, the true test of whether a protein is good is if the children were drinking. And
yes, indeed, brother.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
if
indeed.
the kids like it, you got a good protein. And every one of my clients that has kids that tries the protein says that they love it. So that's key. Now, you don't have to use protein. I'll put it out there. Like, I sell it. I'm telling you, you don't need it. But it's a matter of convenience. And like I said, it's a lot easier to drink it than it is to eat it. And most women that I work with, they severely undereat on protein. Severely undereat protein. They don't eat near enough. Like at my gym, when I coach nutrition, I talk about you should be eating about a gram per pound of lean body weight, or a gram per pound of what your goal weight is. So let's say mine, you're probably around maybe like 120, maybe about 120. Yeah, maybe a little less, 115.
Like that, but that's not.
Well, let's say you're a 130-pound woman, and you've got a lean mass of about 80 pounds. Let's say 80 pounds of that is your lean mass. Well, you should be eating about at least 80 grams of protein per day. That's a lot of protein to eat in a day. Right. If you break it down over the course like 3 meals, that's about almost 30 grams per meal. You can do that with meat all day, or you can have one of those can be in a shake form, 1 scoop, 30 grams down the hatch, boom, easy. You know what I mean? So it's convenient. You can do it on the go. So I've long been in favor of using protein, and I've been through it all. I've been through the old school weeder days of trash protein. Like when Courtney, how old are you, Courtney? How old are you? Oh, I think he froze on us.
He's 46.
Yeah. Okay. So Courtney's 40. So you remember the old school. Yeah. Can you hear me? Do you remember
Yeah.
do you remember the old school like dog food size bag of like Weider Mega Mass 4000?
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that? Yeah, it was like coffee creamer and a little bit of protein. Remember that? The weight gainer. Yeah, man. I mean, no, it's come a long way since then. So there's a lot of brands to choose from, a lot of technology. So you know, it's a good time if you want to supplement protein. It's a good time. You have lots of options now. And like I said, it's not a necessity, but it's good for you.
Well, Chad, I definitely appreciate you breaking that down. You
I
know,
have a question for Chad though.
Go ahead.
One of
What's up?
So it says in the ingredient here, I like that it only has a few ingredients, but the sweetener that you use is sucralose. And
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of sucralose because it increases your blood sugar. So it's not technically, it's zero, it's low carb, but it does.
Yeah, it's low glycemic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind what's something else. What will slow down that blood sugar spike? What will slow it down?
Protein, I guess.
Exactly. So if you have sucralose with the protein will help regulate the blood sugar.
All right, that's a good answer.
Well, thank you.
I accept it.
Well,
I pass.
But still, I would choose sucralose if I had other choices.
Yeah, well, the reason that we chose sucralose is because it's pretty much the only. Well, there's two things. It's a balance of taste and cost. Stevia would be like probably the most ideal, maybe, or even we even considered looking at what's it called? It was a certain I can't remember what it's called now, but there's another one. But the stevia, it's a little more expensive than sucralose, and a lot of times, depending on who you're buying it from, it can leave an aftertaste. Right, with the sucralose, we found across suppliers is that there's no aftertaste across the board, no matter who we got it from. So that's why we chose sucralose to keep cost where it needs to be for a good retail price point, and also that we have consistency in flavor also.
Okay, good answer.
So my wife, she wants to talk a little bit about the difference between whey versus non-whey. And I personally used to use a whey protein, but I've been but I've been using a plant-based protein lately. And I believe you told me, Chad, that your brand does offer those as well. Did you say?
We're working on that now. Yeah, the problem with the plant proteins is that you have to find a good supplier who monitors their heavy metals in their protein. Because when you start grinding up plants into a protein form, we try to extract the protein. A lot of times you can get a high heavy metal content, like aluminum, like so even some cases like mercury. But so you got to be really careful with your suppliers because you can get a high metal content, and you don't want that, especially if someone's going to be pretty heavily supplementing their day with these plant-based proteins. So whey is the most common and most popular type because it's got the perfect combination of what we call bioavailability. So you get more protein, you extract more from it when you digest it, and cost, because you can produce whey protein, pretty much on the cheap. So it's what you separate milk into. Milk is separated into whey and casein. Casein is like cottage cheese. Whey is like yogurt, if that makes sense. Yeah. So casein is a slow breaking down protein. Whey is the quicker protein that breaks down and gets into your system a lot faster. Does that make sense?
It does. I'm actually looking on Healthline right now, and you mentioned the higher grams. When you're looking at it says
the
below
bioavailability.
It says below are the average nutritional profiles for 1 ounce scoops of pea and whey protein powder, and it does say when you look at the protein, it's 22.5 grams for pea protein and 27 grams for whey.
Right.
So you are extracting a little bit more from the whey. and it kind of lists a few other things. The carbs are slightly higher with the pea protein, 1.5 versus 1 with the whey. The fats are a little bit higher as well with the pea protein, 2.25 grams versus less than 1 gram with the whey. The cholesterol is about the same. Fiber is a little bit higher with the pea protein. You're going to get 1.5 versus the 0. Sugars, both of those say 0. Sodium is a little bit higher.
Now let me pause you 1 minute. We're going to talk about the fiber aspect. Now that's one great thing about the plant-based proteins is you do increase your fiber intake when you use those. So that's a good thing. However, that's not ideal post-workout because you actually, if your goal is muscle gain strength, you actually want a slight blood sugar boost after you work out because that helps to speed the nutrients into your muscles that you just worked. So if you're going to use a plant-based protein, I would not advise using it post-workout because that will actually slow down your absorption of the protein because you want a good sugar spike after you work out.
Got it. Awesome. So let's take a vote. We spent a lot of time on it. My wife says, I notice I get sick after drinking plant-based protein shakes. She said, interesting concept regarding the metals being in plant-based.
That could be either a high heavy metal content, or it also could be the type of fiber that doesn't agree with your system.
And I didn't even know that. It's funny. We live in the same house, and I did not even know that. So honey, why don't we do this? Why don't we order some of Chad's Phenom Fitness? He said the chocolate was pretty good.
Tastes like Swiss Miss hot cocoa, baby. Without the sugar.
I'd like to try it, and I'd like for her to have a chance to try it also. So yeah, I mean, clearly you're out here, you're doing your thing. We definitely want to support anyway. So I didn't know that the plant-based was making her not feel well because it doesn't affect me that way. So.
Hey, Heidi, there she is. What's up, Heidi?
Hey, everybody.
What's up?
I'm sitting for a minute.
Hey, you know what's funny? Real quick, like completely unprofessional question for Heidi. Listen, I got a friend of mine that saw. I got a friend of mine that saw your picture on that liked one of my stories, and he wanted me to ask you if you were single.
Oh, I am not.
Okay.
Jeez,
I'll break his heart for him. I'll break his heart.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. He just asked about you. I was like, I don't know, man. I'll find out. I don't know. I'll find out.
He was in Chad's DM trying to get in your DM.
He was too, man. I was like, I am not tender, man. Leave me alone. I'm not tender. Over here trying to hook you up, man.
No, I'm sorry.
Well,
Tell him thank you.
I'll tell him you were flattered.
So Heidi, you pretty much jumped right in. We're talking about protein shakes, and I don't know if you have any thoughts on how you've used them, if you like to use them, and then we're going to go ahead and give it a vote, a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I do. I play around with them, different ones, different ones there. My husband usually uses the whey protein.
Okay.
I did more so whenever I lifted and stuff, but lately, I haven't as much, but I'm a fan of them.
That's a good question. You raised a good question, Chad. Just answer that real quick. Like, do you recommend using protein if you're not lifting to supplement your protein intake, or like how do you work with that, or how do you give advice on that, Chad?
Well, if you're not lifting, I mean, if you're not lifting, you don't have as high protein demand. So I wouldn't say it's necessary, but if you're definitely looking at strength training, I mean, there's even a lot of data now that supports protein supplementation for distance runners. So I don't think you can go wrong with adding a protein supplement to your day. Especially, we also see research that shows that whey protein intake can actually improve immunity and healthy gut function also.
I was just thinking, like, I just think most people are deficient in protein, period.
Yeah.
Whether you're exercising or not. Like, a lot of clients or people that I've consulted with, their protein intake would just be very, very low.
Super high carb and super low protein.
Yeah. So I would almost say, you know, you need to increase your protein. Or I would always start with eggs. I'm like, because eggs, I know she's really big on eggs. She's doing the egg dance, and I'd always just say, let's just start adding some eggs into your diet. You know what I mean? It's a great.
You know
source.
what, Courtney? Whenever when I found myself like in the morning too busy to make breakfast and get my eggs and doing that, that's when I would have my shakes before work. And actually, too, going through menopausal. A lot of women start tending to lose a lot of muscle. So the protein is very good to deplete.
Yeah, protein and strength training. Every woman should be strength training.
Yeah,
as much as they can.
And Chad, let's debunk the whole thing that women are gonna have arms like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, can we please debunk that? Because there's so many women that kind of feel, I don't want to work out because I don't want my arms to be bigger than my husband's arms, or I don't want to have.
Man, that whole thing started, you know, back in like the late 80s, back when women's bodybuilding started to get popular, you know. So every woman saw these genetic freaks, you know, on stage, you know, after like 12 weeks of cycling male testosterone, you know, and they thought that, oh my God, oh, hi,
Hey,
how are you?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Like you're,
Awesome.
like you're cloned.
You embarrassed
You're
her.
cloned. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
You know?
Well, Heidi, thanks for jumping on and saying hi. We're gonna wrap this up because we're over our time anyway. But let's just vote. I think this one might be a little unanimous. I think this might be the one that everyone is kind of throwing a thumbs up on. Get your protein in, folks. And most of you are probably
big time. That was the big time thumbs up.
This guy right here, he is getting protein. Let me tell you.
You're doggone right, baby. You like that? You gotta do the sound effects.
I think I did it. or the shake.
You know what? I was going to invite you to the barbecue, man. Now you can't come. Now you can't come.
Right. Real quick, Courtney. Since we talked about this, we have Miss Kim Kardashian on the bottom. So let's do a quick.
Is that who that is? Oh, that's Kim K.
Is that Kim?
What are your thoughts on waist trainer? Real quick, Courtney.
Waist trainers. I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. I think the waist belt. Like if you're lifting heavy weights and you're gonna use a weight belt to support that. That's one thing. I don't think a waist trainer is actually for that. So I'm gonna say a thumbs down. I think the information that I reviewed, it just looks like it's not the healthiest thing for your organs, your internal organs.
All right, Chad.
Man, I'm in favor, man. I'm a butt man. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's giving these chicks out here like waists and butts now. I love it. It's amazing. Like the Instagram world is amazing now, thanks to waist trainers. It's an amazing fantasy landscape. You know what I mean? It's amazing. No, I'm only kidding. Nah, man, thumbs down. Thumbs down. No, listen, like Kim Kardashian looks like a. You know, you can't tell me that these women who wear these waist trainers every day, you get these type. They look like ants now. They look like ants. Like seriously, like look at a picture of an ant. Like stand it up and tell me if that's not Kim Kardashian.
Just like this. Yeah.
Ant. She's all like it's she's like no waist, all butt, these little tiny little legs, like a damn ant.
Sarah Joe. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Waist trainer. Thumbs down.
All right, Heidi. Waist
trainer. Thumbs down. Oh my God.
Down. I don't want to be restricted with my breathing. Thumbs down.
Well, folks, you have it. These were all. My wife says ants. She's laughing.
Ants.
These are just our views. People that are selling waist trainers or using them. We're not saying that you're wrong. We're just basically saying that we would not really recommend those to like our clients, or we don't really use them personally. I think that's fair to say, right? That's kind of what we're not, you know.
This is just for entertainment purposes. The views of our guests does not reflect.
Right.
What
I mean,
is the
it is
disclaimer?
entertaining, but I still, even outside of
Gotta go,
entertainment.
guys. Have a good one.
All right,
Bye.
Abby,
Bye.
take care. Yeah. Ooh, something fell. Yeah, somebody was like, "No, I like my waist trainer." They threw something.
Patrick, I'm out.
No, this was awesome. I appreciate you guys, Chad, Coach Chad, and Sarah Joe, Mai Tai. This was an amazing discussion. We had a lot of fun with it. We do respect those people that, like, we gave thumbs ups and we gave thumbs down to certain things. If you happen to be a person who's doing something that we thumb down, we don't love you no less. We just
Stop today.
You know, just not today. Right.
If we thumbs down this, stop today.
Oh, you said stop today?
Exactly.
I said it's not today.
If it was unanimous, stop doing it today.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
So if it works for you, go forth and do it. It's a personal choice. So our views are our own. So don't. Hopefully you're not offended if you sell this or if you use this. So just do your thing.
Listen, I don't knock anybody's hustle as long as it's not hurting anybody.
Right, and I'm a protein shake person. You could have came on here and somebody could say, you know what, I hate them. It's a thumbs down. I'd have been like, all right,
I'd have been like blocked and muted.
Would you say block, muted, and report spam?
And reported.
You're getting
one
reported.
star. One star. Do not recommend this person.
All right, guys. Well, this is an awesome show. Mai, thank you for facilitating the technology of it. Certainly appreciate all that you're doing with that. And then, Chad, I will be in your DMs about ordering some of this chocolate protein. No, not about cold showers and not about those.
Yeah, don't be sending me none of those Raymond Wright videos now. You keep those to yourself, bro.
No, we appreciate what you're doing. We definitely want to support your business and your brand. So
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Everyone have a wonderful night. Be blessed, and we'll see you later. Peace out. I love it.